What's up, guys? This is another low budget video. Today I'm going to be showing you some trail preparedness things, some things I'm lacking on, some things that I already have, some things that you should definitely have in your Jeep or any off-roader, that is, for going places, driving down the road, on the trail. You going to be prepared if something bad happens? We'll find out. Let's go. Alright guys, first and foremost, got a fire extinguisher here. I think it's very important to carry a fire extinguisher, really in any of your vehicles. Probably the older the vehicle, the more you're going to need it. What I have here, this was gifted, so I can't tell you how much it was or anything like that because I'm not sure. I bought the fire extinguisher from like a Walmart. That was super cheap. This is just a quick disconnect. You pull this guy, pull it off, good to go. You can use it with this mount still on. All right, guys, the next thing that I think is somewhat important, actually very important, especially if it's dark, is a flashlight. I have this big mag light right here attached to my seat. I've shown this plenty of times. It's still a halogen. It's obviously light in the garage, so you can't really tell. But it's a big flashlight. You could really use it as self-defense if it really warranted that. But it's always good to have flashlights. Easy mount. I do have videos. There you go. I do have videos on how I set that up. But this is super easy to grab just if you're driving, if something happens while you're driving down the trail. Some sound that's weird, really easy to pull that out and check it out. Next thing we're going to be talking about is some tools. Right here I have an ammo can I bought from, I don't remember where, some gun store. There's not ammo in here, it's actually tools. We'll go through that in just a sec. Alright guys, a few things that you want to make sure you have in a little trail pack. Airing down tires, things like that. You might ruin a valve core. So I have some extra valve cores. I got these at like O'Reilly's or something like that. I also have a valve core puller. Very helpful if you need to air down. You don't have any special tools. Got a bunch of sockets. These were all brand new. I decided to put them in a plastic bag just to make them a little more water resistant. Got some extensions, things like that in there. That would be helpful. A good tire gauge. This one isn't good. This is from Harbor Freight. It's a Pittsburgh. I think this was like 12 bucks, something like that. But I do like how it has a hose on it. Helps you reach a little bit. Multi-tool, some bungee cords, some pliers, needle nose, an extra U-joint. I did have two, but guess what happened? I broke one of my U-joints, so I only have one right now. This is used, but it's still in good working order, so I keep it in there. Electrical tape, somewhat important. Ratchet, obviously. Some zip ties, another very important thing. Another little plier multi-tool. An extra hose. This is actually my coolant overflow tube, I believe. I think that's what this is from. Same color anyway, but you never know when you might need that. Spanner wrench for my coilovers. Not too bad. Has a bunch of little things you can use it for. Bunch of box wrenches. U-joint strap if I need one of those. Another little ratchet. I got some random nuts and bolts in there. Who knows if those will come in handy. I have a wire nut. I don't know why it's in there, but you never know, it might help. I have some of these guys. These are real nice if I have an impact with me, which if I'm going wheeling, normally I do have an impact with me, so that definitely helps. What else? That's about it. Just more, got an Allen wrench in there. This is for my coilovers as well. That's about it as far everything else is box wrenches, things of that nature. So we'll move on to the next thing. All right, guys, I'm sitting passenger side of my Jeep. Another thing I keep, it's another little tool kit. That has very basic tools in it, kind of cheap tools, but the more tools the better, honestly, if you're going off-roading and you think you might break something or one of your buddies might break something. Right here, I have just a basic tow strap secured with zip ties. Remember, I have the zip ties up in there, so that helps out. You always want to have something to tow somebody out. That's not really a help I'm stuck rope. It can be if they're a little stuck, but you want to use more of a bungee style rope for something like that. But that stays under the seat. We'll move on to the next thing. All right, guys, we're into a glove box here. If you notice, I have another tire gauge here, kind of just to make sure that that one in the toolbox is working correctly. Never hurts to have two. Another little flashlight here, not a bad little flashlight. I have a cover for my pod switch right there. I have a little knife, and I have a map of the trails we like to go wheeling on. Very important in case you get lost, if your Onyx stops working, something of that nature. That's what stays in the glove box. Next thing on the list, right now it's behind my driver's seat. We'll fold that forward. We'll show you right here. This is a air compressor for my tires. This is another Harbor Freight special. I think I paid 60 bucks for it. There are some mixed reviews on it. So far it's worked great for me, and it fills my tires up no issue. So definitely when you air down, you want to get back on the road, it's important to have that. Somebody you're with pops a bead, got mud in the Jeep. Anything of that nature, always a good thing to have. All right, guys, some more important things that I keep with my Jeep and pretty much stays in here all the time. It's gonna be a shovel with some quick fist clamps. Those work great, keeps that shovel there. I don't need to explain why I need a shovel. Everybody should have a shovel in their off-road rig. I have a little survival kit here. We'll go through that in just a sec. And a little medical kit, which we will also go through. These are very important. I really like having those in here. The next thing, this little MOLLE panel here I got off Amazon. I'll put the a link or a picture to it. I just took some Tech screws and put them into the tailgate, and that's how I hold these guys on here. It also acts as a little cubby here, as you can see. And these are awesome. We'll just hit that right there, unbuckle it, and it's just Velcro from there on out. Same thing with the medical pouch. All right, guys, we're gonna get into the survival kit real quick. Very basic necessities in case you get caught in the mountains for a night, if your off-roader breaks down or whatever. This was also a gift. I don't know how much this is, so I can't speak on that. There's a bunch on Amazon, things like that. You can look up and see which one kind of fits you best. Got a nice little lantern there, very bright. Dig into it a little bit more. Got a good knife here. It's not a fixed blade, but a knife's a knife, right? Come into here. Obviously have cordage with a little compass on it. It is what it is. Looks like there is some form of fire starter on that. Another fire starter, surprise, surprise. This is actually a little kind of interesting. You put it on your hand up top like that. It's actually a little handheld flashlight deal, almost like a little glove. Doesn't hurt, takes up about no space, so. Not sure what that is, to be completely honest, but it's there. Could hold a flashlight or something. Digging in a little deeper, got some glow sticks here. I put these hand warmers in there. I think those are important. Again, you don't have to be, caught in the mountains to need these. This can be, you're snow wheeling, something like that, and your hands are real cold. Dig into the pack, grab them out. Throw those back in there real quick. Okay, next thing. Right in here, it's like a little multi-tool hatchet deal. Also acts as some sort of pliers, a little baby hammer. You got all sorts of multi-tool accessories there. You got a cover on it because it is actually fairly sharp. Could come in handy, you never know. You got a carabiner. You have a whistle and a spork. Also acts as a can opener and a little knife with a little sheath. Pretty cool. Emergency poncho, which I put in there, as well as a couple emergency thermal blankets. Important if you're getting caught out in the woods somewhere or in the desert, wherever you like to go exploring and off-roading. That could also, if you think about it, that could go into the medical side of things as well, a thermal blanket. Now in here we have some fire starter, some wax jute rope. I put those in there. You got some more cordage. You have a little handheld saw. Again, if you're going to be out there for a long time for whatever reason and you want to try your luck with fishing, there's a little bit of fishing line with some hooks, things of that nature in there. You have another little keychain whistle. Got to test it out right. Come over into here. This actually came with the kit. A little card multi-tool thing. Kind of cool. What else is in here? See, that's the thing. If I'm asking that, I'm not in here enough. It's good to look at the things you have, right? That's about it for this Explore kit. We'll get into the first aid kit. All right, guys, here we have a first aid kit equipped with the tourniquet. Has a metal windlass right there. Good thing for a first aid kit is always to have a decent insignia on it of, hey, this is a medical kit. That way, if somebody doesn't know you need help, whatever it is, they kind of know, hey, it's the red one, or hey, it has the medical sign on it, right? So we come here, we'll open this up just like the other one. Unzip it. Again, that's the Velcro. As soon as you unbuckle that clip like I talked about, it just Velcros right off. So this is still a work in progress, but this is what I have so far. I'll get it here so you guys can see it a little bit. And here I have a bunch of random gloves. Those are good, especially if your hands are dirty. In here, I have a bunch of random things. This is more like the Band-Aid, the iodine wipes, the prep pads, things of that nature. Very helpful. There's some clothespins, some Q-tips. You never know when you're gonna need some Q-tips. This is the Forming stick-to-itself adhesiveless. These are great if you need to wrap a bandage or, you know, cover up a wound after you gauze it. I got some gauze right here. I have little medical scissors. I actually have another set coming. They should be in the mail tomorrow. They're going to be bigger than these, but it's good to have multiple items, right? So I just slide those in like so, right in there. If that'll work, cool. Over here we got some more gauze. Right here I have a chest seal. If you're not familiar with what a chest seal is, maybe go watch some more YouTube videos on a chest seal. This is more for like combat first aid, but you never know. Somebody crashes on the trail and something impales their chest, and for some reason that object came out. You don't want them sucking in air to their chest cavity. Very helpful. Hopefully I never have to use that. Right here, this is a little snake bite kit. Essentially, you lock it in place down right here, and this is supposed to suction out any sort of venom that the snake had gone into you. Again, I'm not trained on this, but something good to have, especially when I got a dog I take wheeling quite often. They like to run around, do crazy things. So that's probably a good thing to have. Another thing right here, this is a packet of pain relief, essentially, or itch relief if you get bee sting. Those things hurt, man. Any sort of insect bite that itches, mosquito bites, these are real nice. I kept it in the pack so I can read the directions. Again, never been trained in this, but something that's nice. This doesn't have to be an absolute emergency thing, but if you're winching and maybe you're using steel cable and you get a fray on your hand, some wipes, sanitize it, throw a Band-Aid on it, get a mosquito bite, really itching you, bugging you, use that. So that's about it for this first aid kit. Got another thing to show you guys. Hold on one sec. All right, guys, another thing I keep in the back of my Jeep is going to be a just in case. You might have heard of those. Essentially what we have in here, you can get these, I think you can get these at Walmart, things of that nature. We'll open it up here. It's very basic. It comes loaded. It has jumper cables. I've used those plenty of times. Little headlamp. It comes with a little medical kit. Again, it's like antiseptic towels. I put some gloves in there. This is really cool because you can just zip this up, throw it in another car. I keep this in here. Just another thing to be prepared. So that's real nice. Not too bad. It has Velcro on the bottom, so it sticks to the carpet that I still have back here. On top of that stuff, it could serve its purpose. All right, guys, now I don't have everything. I'm sure some of you even have more than I do. This is the start for me. I'd like to get maybe some more medical supplies, ace bandages, things of that nature. Hopefully we never have to use those. It's always good to have them and not need them. I'd like to get a hatchet as well, maybe mount it to my spare tire carrier in the back. That way, hatchets, if you need to make firewood, if you're stranded on the trail for a night, you have that availability. Also, hatchets, a lot of them will have a flat side on the back end. That works great for a hammer when you gotta put something of that nature. Yeah, guys, I mean, a nice static rope would be cool. That way I can be pulling people out without having that yellow rope just stiff as can be. There's a bunch of other things. If you guys have any more ideas, go ahead and comment them down there. Maybe I haven't thought of it yet. Some other things that I've also thought about. If you're in a Jeep Wrangler like this, there's not a whole lot of room to put all this recovery gear, especially if you don't have a hard top on, it's summertime, whatever. You're really limited to this space back here. So you may have to get creative. Again, not a big deal, but if you got like a 4Runner or a Chevy Tahoe or an XJ, Jeep Cherokee of any sort, the WJs, anything like that, you have a huge cargo space in the back, and you can really be prepared for just about everything you're gonna find on the trail. Again, it's about who you know, what they have, what you have, what you're driving, and if it's wintertime, I'll put, you know, more blankets in there, things of that nature. Summertime, maybe you have, you know, some heat exhaustion going on, maybe you need some ice pads, things of that nature. So where you're going is going to dictate kind of what you bring, but a good baseline stuff to carry with you all the time, that's going to be a big thing. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.